Hello guys, welcome again to another class. As you know, today is Wednesday, right? And today we're going to talk about more about Wonder Book. Okay, about more about what this story is telling us about Jack Will, since the point of view of Jack Will. But today we're going to talk about the word of the day. We're going to start with the word of the day. The word of today is what? Today is Wednesday. What word do you think we're gonna see today? Let's go to see. The word of the day is ridiculous. Do you know what is ridiculous? Yes, don't worry. If you don't know, we'll explain it now. Ridiculous, the meaning is something ridiculous, it's very silly or unreasonable. It's something funny. Something ridiculous also can be something re- unreasonable. People that don't understand, people that did something when people do something that they think that is funny, but sometimes it's not funny. For example, I will look ridiculous wearing a winter coat into the beach in the summer. Yes, of course. Come on. How you are going to use a coat in the summer in the beach? No, right? So let's go to involve this word in today's reading, and let's go ahead to know more about this word. Let's go, guys. So today we're going to start reading more about the point of view of Jack Will. And today we're going to start with science. In science, we're going to see what happened in science. I'm not the greatest student in the world. I know some kids actually like school, but I honestly can't say I do. Like some parts of school, like PE and computer class and lunch and recess. But all in all, I will be fine without school. And the thing I hate the most about school is the homework. Like you too, guys. We get it's not enough that we have to sit through after school class and try to stay awake while they fill our heads with all this stuff. We will probably never need to know, like how to figure out the surface areas in the cube or what the difference is between kinetic and potential energy. I'm like, who cares? I never ever heard my parents to say the word kinesthetic in my entire life. I hate science. The most out of all my classes, we get so much work. It is not funny. And the teacher, Mrs. Rubin, is so strict about everything. Even the way we write our headings on the top of our papers. Once got the 2 points off a homework assignment because I didn't put the day on top. Crazy stuff. When we, when me and August were still friends, I was doing okay in science because August sat next to me and always let me copy his notes. August had the neatest handwriting of anybody. I never seen who's a boy. Even his script is neat, up and down perfectly, with really small around loopy letters. But now that we are friends, that we are ex-friends, it's bad because I can ask him to let me copy his notes anymore. So I I was kind of scrambling today, trying to take notes about what Miss Rubin was saying. My handwriting is helpful. When all of a sudden she started talking about the fifth grade science fair projects, how we all have to choose science projects to work on. While she was saying this, I was thinking, we just finished the freaking edit project. Now we have to start a whole new thing. And then in my head, I was going, oh no, like that kid in Home Alone with his mouth hanging open in his hands on his face. That was the face making on the side. And then I thought of those pictures of melting goat faces I'd seen somewhere, where the mouths are open wide and they're screaming. And then all of a sudden, this picture flew into my head. This memory, I knew what Summer had meant by blending the scream. It's so weird how it all just came to me in this flash. Someone in homeroom had dressed up in the blended scream costume on Halloween. I remember seeing him a few desks away from me, and then I remember not seeing him again. Oh man, it was August. All of this hit me in science class while the teacher was talking. Oh man. So, because you hear that, Jack Will is saying that he's not already friends anymore with August. So we can see here that something happens. I've been talking to Julian about August. Oh man, now I understood. I was so mean. I don't even know why. I'm not even sure what I said, but it was bad. I was only a minute or two. I just that I knew Julian and everybody thought I was so weird for hanging out with August all the time. And I felt stupid. And I don't know why I said that stuff. I just was going along. I was stupid. I'm stupid. Oh God, he was supposed to come as Boba Fett. I would never have said that stuff in front of Boba Fett. But that was him, that fitting scream sitting at the desk looking over at us. The long white mask with the fake skirting blood, the mouth open wide, like the gold was crying. That was him. I felt like I was going to poop. So he's saying that he had been asking for August, that we have been asking to know more about August because he haven't seen him anymore since the Halloween party. So it is so sad. Let's see what's happened after this. Let's see what else we can find right here. Let's go, guys. Partners. We're going to see this one, partners. I didn't hear a word of what Mr. Rubin was saying after blah 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 science first project blah blah patterns blah blah. It was like the way grow up talk in Charlie Brown's movie, like someone talking underwater. Blah, 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 blah. Then all of a sudden, Miss Rubin started pointing to kids around the class. Reed and Tristan, Mayan and Max, Charlotte and Ximena, August and Jack. She pointed to us when she said this. Miles and Amas, Julian and Harry, Savannah and I didn't hear the rest. Ah, I said. The bell rang. Yes, the bell rang is recess. I don't forget to get together with your parents to choose the project from the list, guys. Ooh, you're going to make a group, say Mrs. Ruby. Has everyone started taking up? I look up at August, but he had already put his backpack on and was practically out the door. I must have, I must have had a stupid look on my face because Julian came over and said, "Look, like you and your best bud are partners." I was smirking when he said this. I hate him so much right then. Hello, heir to Jack Will. He said, when I was answering him, shut up, Julian. I was putting my lost left binder away in my backpack and just wanted to him away from me. You must be so much bummed. You got stuck with him. He said, you should tell Miss Rubin you want to switch partners. I bet she let you. No, she would. She wouldn't, I said. No, ask her. No, I don't want to. Mrs. Rubin, Julia said, turning around. and raising his hand at the same time. Mr. Rubin was erasing. Look, he was erasing her name. No, Julian, I whispered, screamed. What is it, boys? She said impatiently. Could we switch parents if we wanted to? Said Julian, looking very innocent. Me and Jack and this science first project idea we wanted to work on together. Well, we guess we could arrange that. She started to say, no, it's okay, Mr. Ruby. I say quickly, handing out the door by. Julian ran after me. Why you do that? He said, catching up me and the stars. We couldn't have partners. You don't have to be friends with that freak if you don't want to be, you know. And that's we push him right in the mouth. Oh, you can see here that Jack Will and Julian are having a discussion because Julian doesn't want to work with him, and I was too. And he what Jack Will is doing, and Jack Will wants that Julian can work with them. Julian doesn't want. Go with the attention. Some things you just can't explain. You don't even try. You don't know where to start. All your sentence will jumble up like giant nuts. If you open your mouth, any word you use, you will come out wrong. Look, something hard. Yeah, this is very, very serious, Mr. Tuzman was saying. I was on his office sitting on his chair across from his desk and looking at this picture of a pumpkin. On the wall, being him kids get expelled for this kind of things, yeah. I know you are a good kid, and I don't want to happen, but you have to explain yourself. This is so not like you, Jack, said Mom. She had come from work as soon as she had called her, and they called her, and I could tell she was going back and forth between really mad and really surprised. I thought you and Julian were friends, said Mr. Tushman. We are not friends, I said. My arms were crossed in front of me. But to punch someone in the mouth, Jack, I said, Mom, raising her voice, I mean, what were you thinking? She looked at Mr. Tushman. Honestly, she's never hit anymore before. He's just not like that. Julian's mouth was blending, said Mr. Tushman. She know out that tooth, and you know that. So we can see here that Julian and Jack went to the principal's office, and they are in trouble. They are in really troubles because they are not agree with their ideas. And let's see more. It was just a baby tooth, I said. Jack, said Mom, shaking her head. That's why Nurse Molly said, you're missing the point, Molly yelled. So, this is problematic aesthetic. So, let's see. You are missing the point, Miguel. I just want to know why Mr. Tushman raising his shoulders. It's just make everything worse. I signed. Just tell me, Jack. I struggled, but I didn't say anything. Just couldn't if I told him that Julian had called August a freak. You, Julian called to August a freak. Then we'd go talk to Julian about it. Then Julian would tell him how I had mouthed August too, and everybody would find out about it. Jack, said Mom. I started to cry. I'm sorry. Mr. Tuzman raised his eyebrows and nodded, but he didn't say anything instead. He think of blew into his hand like you do when your hands are cold? Jack, he said, I don't really know what you say here. I mean, you punch a kid. We have rules about what kids, what kind of things you know, automatic expulsion, and you are not even trying to explain yourself. They expulsed to Jack from school. Oh my God. Oh my God. Let's see. I was crying a lot by now. And the second mom put her arms around me and started to plan. Said Mr. Tushman, taking his glasses off to clean them. Let's do this, Jack. We're out of winter to freak us the next week anyway. Why about you stay home for the rest of this week and then after winter break you'll come back and everything will be fresh and brand new. Clean slate to the speak, and I'm being suspended. I sniffed. Well, he said, struggling. Technically, yes, but it's only for a couple of days. And I tell you what, while you are at home, you take the time to think about what happened. And if you want to write me a letter explaining what happened, and a letter to Julian apologizing, okay, then we won't we even put any of this in your permanent record, okay? Permanent record. Because in the US, in the US happening something when a student has a really bad behavior, they have some records and they need to clear the records. Home, go home and tell about it with your mom and dad, and maybe in the morning you'll figure it all out a bit more. That sounds like a good plan, Mr. Tuck, said Mom, nodding, thank you. Everything's going to be okay, said Mr. Tushman, walking over the door, which was closed. I know you are a nice kid, Jack. I know that sometimes even nice kids do dumb things, right? He opened the door. Thank you for being so understanding, said Mom, shaking his hand at the door. No problem, he leaned over and told her something quietly that I couldn't hear. I know that you, said Mom Noel. So, kind of, so kind of. He said to me, putting his hand on my shoulders. Think about what you have done, okay? I have a great holiday. Happy Chanukah. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. I whipped my nose with my sleeve and started walking out of the door. Say thank you to Mr. Tushman, said Mom, tapping my shoulder. I stopped and turned around. Why I couldn't look at him. Thank you, Mr. Tushman, I said. Bye, Jack, he answered. Then I walked out the door. So we can see here, guys, that the thing that they did, the thing how they solved this problem is to send August school to the home to think about why Jack hit, why Jack fight with Julian, and even if Jack don't apologize to Julian, this is gonna continue more time. So thank you guys for staying here to the end of the video. And please today you need to read this season rating, and there are gonna be some questions for you to answer about it. And thank you for staying here. See you tomorrow, guys, on Wednesday, and don't forget to complete your assignments in the platform. Bye bye, guys. Take care. See you.